All right, here we are, people. Arsenal have beaten Manchester United 2-0. And look, it's always going to be a vibe and high energy when you beat Man United because of the history of this rivalry. And forget just the history of it. I mean, and all the years, the big battles, Keown, Van Nistelrooy, Vieira, and Roy Keane, and everything over the years, Wenger, Ferguson. It's also the fact that these two clubs haven't been for a while now where they want to be. Arsenal feel closer to that. Social media, these are two of the biggest clubs in the world. And so when these two get together and face off, whatever kind of situation both clubs are in, it's massive. And Arsenal came out the victors after a first half in which, let's be honest, Man United really nullified us. But the second half, I thought we thoroughly deserved it. And once again, Nicolas Jova, a big thank you to you. We need to somehow collectively as a fan base find his address and send him a Christmas present. That sounded weird for a sec, but we need to send him a Christmas present and say thank you because he's been unbelievable. I just saw Alex from the Different Knock tweet. They wouldn't take 100 million for him. And I think I agree. It's unbelievable. More on that in a second because we've got to talk about the second half and we're going to go in match report order as much as I possibly can. But let's skim through the 11 the first half. The big news was that Gabriel and Calafiori weren't available to play. Now, the one thing I want to say about this is I don't think Arsenal have at any point this season or last season been in an injury crisis. But we do seem to get hit in the same position all at once, don't we? We do seem to, like against Liverpool, we happen to have sort of 3 or 4 kind of key players and defenders out either before the game or during. This game, Calafiori is a left centre-back that you feel like you could turn to, but he's gone. So now half our back four has basically been decimated out of absolutely nowhere. So I do feel like we seem to get these injuries all in a row. Marino luckily returned. I thought played a good part in the second half. And the rest of the 11 was the same as we've been seeing, except for Martinelli came with Trossard. Now, first half, apart from a couple moments from set pieces where Partey headed wide, could have done better. I need to watch it back. I was actually at the game. The Emirates crowd I thought were brilliant, by the way. And what other chance when Zinchenko? Yeah, so there's another corner. Fell to Zinchenko. His shot was deflected to Martinelli, who hit it wide. That, for me, was kind of the best we had of the first half. We didn't really show much more than that. And I think we went into half-time going, look, we need to really level it up. Now, Arsenal's performance did level up, but it was once again set pieces and Nicolas Jova coming to the fore. I'm going to say some really hyperbolic things. I will ask them as questions because they are quite over the top and I don't know if I want to quite make the statements yet. But was that... Are we... Okay, let me rephrase. Are we the best set-piece team in Premier League history? Our current form and what we've done over maybe, say, the last year or few months, 6 or however back you want to stretch back this form. Are we the best, by the way, apologies for any noise you can hear in the background. I'm surrounded by Arsenal and United fans here. But are we, on current form, the best team from set pieces or in the best form you've seen from any side when it comes to set pieces in Premier League history? I don't really know how quite to frame it or word it, but I'd love to know what you all think. I'd love to know whether you can name sides. And look, people say Tony Pulis and Stoke. Yeah, with the long throw, and of course that they had a lot of goals from set pieces. And other clubs over many years. I mean, John Terry used to score many for Chelsea. But this regularly, the quality of the delivery is part of it. I mean, Jova and his instruction and coaching undoubtedly plays a part. You can see in the numbers. I've done this before on this channel where I've talked about how before Nicolas Jova came, which I think was 2021, we were in like 16th, maybe 10th or so for set pieces. But we haven't been outside the top 4 since he arrived in terms of set piece goals in a Premier League season. So he's done it again. But my question is also around the quality of our set pieces. It's just unbelievable. Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka must be practicing every single day. Like training must end and then they go, right, and I talk about set pieces as well, set piece coaching, whatever is all done. And the two of them just sit there and go, right, I'm going to hit an area and maybe set up 2 targets and then just practice that just day in, day out. Because the quality of their deliveries, the amount of times that Onana just had to scoop out the back of his own net. Guys, I was at the Emirates and I had a really good view of the second half corners. I mean, it was unbelievable because I was quite high up and along the goal line. And just every time they would just hit into that area, either we got ahead to it, or a United player was scrambling to it, or Onana was just having to claw it out of his net. It was unbelievable consistency in the range to go near post, to go back post, to hit the centre of the area. And some people online are having a little bit of a laugh, right? They're saying, oh, that's all Arsenal have, set pieces. All right, well, be better at them yourselves. I don't know what to say. Tottenham away, Liverpool at the Emirates, Man United now, City at the Etihad, who all have superb resources, fantastic, training grounds, who can hire some of the best coaches in the world. And yeah, the resources you want to throw at it haven't had an answer this season. This season alone, I'm talking. Every single one of them conceded a set piece to Arsenal. So we can be brilliant at it. And maybe, they haven't got the answer to defend it right now. They'll figure it out. Arsenal's run of set-piece goals will dry out because, like any tactic in football, it gets found out eventually. But my question is, why haven't all of these teams got better at it too? Why haven't they used it as a real weapon to this level? Now, to be fair, I say that, but actually, let me throw another point at you. Man City and Liverpool have always been up there for set-pieces every single season. Now, I've said this before. The team, and I did actually a video breaking down a set-piece routine and talking about Nicolas Jova and Marina. That's still on the channel. Go have a little look at that. It's from a couple of weeks ago. But if you look, and I did the numbers in that video too, Villa and Liverpool, not Villa and Liverpool, Man City and Liverpool are always up there for set-piece goals. Now, teams that score the most goals in the Premier League can have the most shots and will therefore have the most corners, will have the most chance of set pieces, will attack more. Yes, they're likely to also score the most set-piece goals, but they're consistently up there too. So it's not just something that Arsenal have just gone, ooh, don't fancy yourselves with anything else, let's just be good at set pieces. These, like the biggest and best teams, acknowledge that it's a weapon you have to have in your armoury. And Arsenal execute it like I've never seen before. Now, you can all remind me if there's a team I've missed or if there's a consistency from another side over the years that I've missed. And there probably is. There probably is some data somewhere. But this has been a trend over years, people. And we have to thank Nicolas Jova and Mikel Arteta for bringing him to the club and everyone involved. And the players are brilliant at it. But Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka take a bow because the quality of their deliveries make the job for the attacking players not easy. They do their part too, but certainly easier because of just how brilliant they are with putting that ball into the box from any and all angles. So fair play to Arsenal on that front. I think it was only right we spent a lot of time with that. Now, of course, Timber glances the header in from a Rice corner. Then it's a deflection. Well, it's Partey headed. Was it Partey or someone headed it onto Saliba and it's into the back of the net. 2-0. And then actually we had a lovely move where Trossard played in I think Kai Havertz or Odegaard, Trossard to Odegaard, then to Kai Havertz. There were a few other shots. I mean, that second half, we really could and should have had 1 or 2 goals from open play. And I think for that second half alone, it could have been a 3-4-0. But 2-0's probably right, because I think we have to be fair to Man United. They really stifled us in that first half, I thought. I thought their 3-4-3, it's not what they did out possession. It's not like they were in a low block and we couldn't play through them. It's actually that we didn't know how to press. And your pressing and your defensive shape and where you're winning the ball back can be the bedrock and the and the platform for a team to go play their attacking football. And Arsenal never got that platform in the game because Dalot being the right wing back and then building up with the back three, Martinelli and Zinchenko couldn't decide between them. Is Martinelli dropping to Dalot and Zinni's tucking into the wider inside player like Mason Mount, or was it a case of Martinelli stepping onto their back three and build up and Zinchenko going wide? But every time we did try to do that in the first half, Zinchenko was really apprehensive. Now, I thought Zinchenko had a really good game up till the moment that got him a yellow card. But yeah, that was a tactical thing that I think Arsenal struggled with. And I think it played a big part why we didn't get a foothold in the game. If you look at the second half, Saka and Martinelli did much more of a job on the wing backs, which I think almost invited United forward a little bit. So we had much more moments in transition and a lot more space to play. That's how I saw it, but there'll be a tactical insight on AFTV where we discuss it a little bit more. Final things to talk about are some of the performances. William Saliba, one of his best performances in Arsenal shirt. I thought he was absolutely tremendous, and that was a man of the match performance from Saliba. So well done to him. I thought he was immense, and with Kivior next to him, I thought he needed to step up and be the leader tonight, and he absolutely was that. But Jakub Kivior, well played. If I wasn't holding this camera, round of applause. I thought Jakub Kivior was brilliant. I was worried about him, and Højlund did target him. But what Kivior recognised was, A, when he could win the ball, which wasn't always. In fact, more often than not, he didn't. But when he did go for it, he won it. And then if he didn't have the beating of Højlund, what he did was he let Højlund take that touch but never turn. And Højlund actually, I think, did quite well to hold up the ball every now and again and ping the ball off. But we were really good with Zinchenko, Rice, Martinelli, Saliba, all the players around Kivior. We did really well to pick up the second balls. And actually, the hold-up play from Højlund, from what I can remember, led to absolutely nothing. And Kivior recognised what he could and couldn't do. But when he could jump in there and win that ball back, I thought he did brilliantly. And I thought he showed real composure in possession. So well done, Jakub Kivior. I thought it was a really good game from a player who's been shoved out to right centre-back, to left-back, everything. And in his best position, left centre-back, I thought looked really good. So well done to him. Declan Rice, tremendous too. Partey on and off, had some great moments with some passes in behind. Sloppy moments too. Odegaard, magical. Saka, once again at the heart of things. Havertz worked hard. And yeah, I mean, I've missed players. Durin Timber, what a player. What a player. And deserved his goal. Dan, this is going on over 10 minutes because the last thing I do want to add to this, normally I'd be rounding off there for the match report, but Liverpool drew tonight. And you can see the title of this, the thumbnail is, did a door open in the title race? Did we have a bit of a momentum swing? Has something happened? Is this title race on? Look, we're going to need more. But I said in my video, I think on Monday, I just need a dent in the armour for Liverpool. Just something that makes you go, ah. And a 90th minute equaliser from Newcastle, going behind twice and conceding 3 goals. And I say all this without having watched the game. I looked at the shot count. Newcastle had plenty of efforts on goal. Now some of you watch it might tell me, James, you didn't watch it. Liverpool deserved to win, and they just got unlucky. And I'll say fine, but it doesn't matter. The result is what matters. We've had some games go against us that I thought we were unlucky with. The result is a big one, and it just shows a dent. Now, 7 and 9 points, it's only 2 points difference. We still need 3 more results to go our way. But tonight, in terms of just the way the Emirates was bouncing, the fight shown from the Arsenal players, and a second half chasing a goal, knowing Liverpool had just or about to draw 3-3, I felt was a moment in which a little bit of energy was injected into our season. And I think recent performances have done that. But 2-0 clean sheet against Man United on a night where the team leading at the top drew, that's good fuel. And that's something that you hope we can build on this week. And of course, Chelsea won 5-1 and continue to show that they're not to be overlooked here. And Man City won, and we'll say to everyone, listen, we want to be a part of this conversation because we have been the leaders of this conversation for the last 4 years. So things might have got interesting tonight. Hope you've enjoyed this match report. Everyone, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Send your love for the players in the comments, and I'll be interacting with you all too. Well done, Arsenal. What a fabulous win. 2-0 in a much improved second half, and a day in which we clawed back a couple points in whatever title race there might be. But I think we've got a slightly better one today than we had yesterday.